Welcome to a special edition of Cars on Call. This is Steve-0 sells his M3. We've got 15 minutes to go before the auction's done. And I'll catch everybody up. This is a 2013 BMW M3, 16,000 miles. I'm the original owner, European delivery. And it's what Dr. Moran called the driver's spec. And that means it is basically stripped. And the reason I bought it this way was it's got a wonderful V8. It's got a wonderful six-speed transmission. I don't need anything else. I certainly didn't want iDrive. I wanted the essence of this car. So I really got it with no options. Manual seats, no sunroof. Of course, with no sunroof, you have a carbon fiber roof. And I just wanted it to be the essence of an M3. And I knew it was the last V8. Well, it's turned out that people are really interested. So, Stefan, you called it the driver's spec, and you've driven it.
I did, and it was a fantastic car. To me, it's like the German pony car. I've got a V8 Mustang, absolutely love it. Mine's more of a GT spec on the Bullet. It's a luxury, pony car. It's not the raw like a 302 or a Mach 1 or GT 350. And your BMW M3 is like the GT 350 equivalent for BMW of the American pony cars. And yeah, your car was totally cherry. Love the way it's spec'd. It was just spec'd to be driven. Let's see. Can you see? I've got the web page pulled up. It should be up.
I
Says
can
on
see
your
it. Go ahead and
screen too.
scroll down a little bit because we had an interesting bidder, and this is really interesting.
Okay.
It looks like Jan Koum has bid, and Jan Koum is a well-known collector. He started his car collection journey by inventing WhatsApp, and then he sold it to Meta for I think $20 billion.
Well,
And
I think if John wants your car, or I should say Jan wants your
Jan,
car.
yeah,
I think at that kind of money, it's kind of like that furniture said. What's the difference between a millionaire and a billionaire?
for a billionaire,
Billion,
everything's free.
everything is free. So yeah, I you
So
know
yeah.
I think this car is gonna go, man.
Well, my goal ultimately was to get 60,000. I think it's worth that. I don't drive it hardly anymore because I feel like every time I drive it, I'm risking it and I'm putting miles on it, I'm subtracting value. And I just thought, something, it's time to sell it. I had, 13 wonderful years. Well, Jan Koum is a well-known collector. He was really into Porsches. Once he sold WhatsApp, he had a very, very large but very high quality, like a giant, like a Jerry Seinfeld type Porsche collection. And I think he sold a bunch of them off, and he's been under the radar lately. So believe me, I was very surprised to see Jan Koum pop up and bidding on my car. The bidding now is up to 58,000. Again, my goal is 60. We've got 11 minutes and 42 seconds. Hopefully, Dr. Jeff Bank will be joining us. Jeff, like you, has driven this car, and he drove it probably 10 years ago when he was visiting. And it's funny, this car doesn't get driven much anymore. I put an average of maybe 500 miles a year on it. So it was time. It's sitting in my garage. It's always been garage. It's never been in snow and ice. It's never been in salt, rarely in rain. So it really is a great car, and I've taken great care of it. All of the maintenance has been done at the dealer. I've never had a problem with it. I did repair I replaced the rod bearings, which is a weak spot for this particular generation.
Was that
But
a required up repair? Or you had heard of it and it was advised, or what's the deal with that?
it's like the Porsche 996 and early 997
Oh, the
uh,
IMS bearing.
IMS bearing. It's a weak spot, and if you replace it, then the replacement part is stronger. So rod bearings. I'll tell you the reason I did it early, and a lot of people say you don't need to do it till 50,000 miles or 30,000 miles. The reason I did it was I knew when I bought the car that replacing the engine alone in 2012 or 2013, sorry, would cost $15,000. Now it's closer to 25. And I thought 5,000 to replace the rod bearings, that just looks like buying insurance.
Yeah.
So I did it.
And you didn't think about it at the time, but also that adds to the resale. Like, oh, this dude got this done at 10,000 instead of 30 or 50. That's even better.
Yeah, it's something where it's a problem you don't have to worry about. It's already the box is checked. And now we're up to 59,000. And again, since my goal is 60 and it's 10 minutes to go,
Oh, we're gonna
um,
get there.
I think we're going to get there. I'm waiting. There's been one bid put in by Jan Kuma. I'm waiting for another.
Hey, while we're waiting on his bid, I'm just gonna read a few of the comments that are interesting. So Craving Bavaria said unicorn exclamation mark. And you're gonna have to translate for me. AW slash FR stripper, one of my favorite specs. Only 17 LCIs in the States. Seven of those are non-ZCP, and two of those seven were spec with only ZCW, this being one of those. This dude is clearly Craving Bavaria is definitely a Bavarian fanatic. What are those? What do those stand for?
Uh, AW/FR is Alpine White over Fox Red.
Ah, okay.
LCI is something index, light climate index or something. Impulse. Jeff Bank knows what that is, but that is all right. 60,000. I made it. So that when you have like, here's what it is. It's dot two. So a Porsche
Ah,
911, there's 997.1, 997.2. The dot two is LCI in BMW. So it's the refresh of the E92. I specifically bought it because it was the last of the line. They stopped making this in June of 2013. This was a late March 2013. So it really is the end of the line. And then ZCP means competition package. And I did not want the competition package. I wanted the essence of the car. And then the CW is cold weather package. So
ah.
there's only two of this particular car that were produced. To me, the thing that's rare about this car is not any of that, the mumbo jumbo. It's that I was an adult. I bought it when I was an adult. I treated it very well. I've never revved it over 6,500 RPMs. I've never redlined it, of course. I've never pushed the M button. I don't need to. I've been very happy with this car, and I didn't need any of that. I was very happy to just drive it and enjoy the engine and transmission. I've never replaced a clutch. I've had many manual cars in my life. I've never replaced a clutch.
Yeah,
I treat
I've
my
never had to replace a clutch either.
I've never, yeah, I treat my cars very well. So this is an adult. It's always been garage. This car has absolutely been babied, and it's in perfect condition. That's why I think Jan Koum and others are interested. I'm very proud that I took good care of the car.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And here's another comment that I think is worth mentioning, especially in today's new cars like my trucks, where these damn software issues. And then, we change our iPhone every couple years, and then the infotainment system in cars becomes outdated very quickly, and it just kind of looks stupid and old. And this is HNSS Sale commented, the coolest part for the car is the iDrive delete. Tell our listeners what you did and why you did that.
It's called single bump. And if you look at what this generation M3, the first bump is right in front of you on the dashboard. That's where the tachometer and speedometer are. And then there's nothing. If you get the iDrive, and the vast majority of these have iDrive, there's a second hump to the right. It's over the center console. And that hump in the dashboard is where the screen is for the iDrive. So if you
Ah,
didn't get iDrive, there's no second hump, and they call it a single hump car. I detested iDrive back then. It was not the first generation, probably second, third generation. I hated it, and I wanted no part of it. So I happily deleted that, and that's what that means. So if you look at it, yeah, there's a good picture. You can see there's no hump. It just shows the HVAC stuff. Everything is controlled with a button or with the little radio screen, and I was extremely happy to not get the iDrive. I was like almost ecstatic that I could get it without iDrive.
yeah, I mean, and looking back on it, what a wise move, because when the electronics go out on that iDrive or any of our new vehicles today with all these screens, it's going to be a total pain in the ass to even try to get repaired or get parts. Yeah, so I think that's cool. And I think, yeah, not having that little bump there above the vents, that's so much cooler. Just cleaner. It's about the essence of driving.
Yeah. Yeah. A couple of the commenters said it was a driver's spec. And, you know, because I had so little on it, a lot of people said it's like a unicorn. I think it is. It just spec'd absolute minimalist spec. And at the time, I just did it because that's the way I wanted, not knowing that it would end up being really unusual and rare. I did not buy it off the showroom. I bought it, I ordered it, and then did European delivery. And then my youngest son and my wife and I picked it up and drove it around Munich and Germany. We had a great trip. It was incredible. And oh, Jan Koum is in the building again.
Yeah.
Jan Koum, 60,500. So anyway, we had a wonderful drive and really just enjoyed the car. One funny thing I'll say about it is that because gas, and you know this, Stefan, having spent so much time in Europe because your mom is French, gas in Europe is tremendously expensive. Car Magazine said about the E92 M3, positive is this wonderful V8, negative, it said prodigious thirst. And for that reason, when I was driving around Germany, I didn't see any of these. I didn't see a single one. And it's because in Germany, you know, it's whatever it is per liter for gas. It was so expensive, nobody would have one. People in Germany noticed this car. I got a lot of thumbs up, a lot of people looking at it because they knew what it was, but they also knew that there weren't many in Germany.
Yeah. We know basically, yeah, the price of in Europe per liter, so basically 4 liters to the gallon, they pay the same price per liter as we do per gallon. So it's about gas is about 4 times as expensive over there as here.
4 liters in a gallon. Yeah.
And
Incredible.
I'll tell you, look at 911R, who you consign the car to sell for you. I think he does the best job on Bring a Trailer. His photography, his involvement in the auctions, his videos, and if you go to Bring a Trailer, just look up some of the previous listings by 911R. And he just posted a picture of the engine, and he will continue to do this. But I'm sure your experience with him has been fantastic.
A dream. I called him up and they said, "Yep, we're interested." Sent him pictures, the information. He said, "We're very interested." They picked up the car. They do charge for transportation and any repairs. It did not need any repairs, of course. And then they charged 10%. I was happy to do that so I didn't have to deal with the headaches. They present it perfectly, absolutely wonderfully presented. So I couldn't be, I honestly, 911R was very user friendly and they did it. I'm so proud to look at the pictures. They took so many pictures. The car is beautiful, and they made it look prettier than it ever was. It's like going to the bride goes and gets her hair done and nails done, and then she looks beautiful in her dress. So that's what this is, and it's very very cool. So they did a great job. I was totally happy with what they did. Oh, by the way, I'm doing it no reserve. I think selling this no reserve was a good idea. I
Absolutely.
It was a risk, but the reason I did it was it's a desirable car, it's a desirable spec, it's in great shape, and I felt like there's going to be enough E92 M3 fans out there that want to buy it that I should do no reserve. And with no reserve, the car is going to sell, and if everyone knows it's going to sell, I think they're more serious about it.
Oh, I think it gets I think no reserve auctions get people fired up, because it's like you're close to the finish line and but you're not winning and it's not the reserve hasn't been met and it kind of is discouraging if you think you want the car. So I think absolutely. All right, 65,000, dude. Here we go.
Yeah. You
By
you you
Autobahn
predicted
45.
you predicted 67. I
Yeah.
predicted 65. Adams predicted 62.5. And yeah, it's at 65. So we
So
got a
here's
minute
Autobahn's
to,
previous purchases. A
to
93 SVT Cobra, a 2023 Bronco Raptor, a Dodge Viper SRT ACR Extreme, and a Panos AV Roadster. And he is hot on your car.
one thing
Absolutely
that's
hot.
interesting is that about auctions is that auction sites like Bring a Trailer, they will not let you bid with 5 seconds to go and you win the auction. They automatically reset it in 2 minutes. So
I like that.
if people are bidding, you don't have to feel like, oh crap, I just missed it by 2 seconds. They will let you continue to bid, and people are. So 60, it's 70,000, and this is So they reset it,
Damn.
and Jan Kuhn is not
Woohoo, dude.
Jan and Kuhn has not said done anything yet. I'm very interested to see if Jan Kuhn, because he's such a heavy hitter, if he's really interested, he's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah.
So 70. Um,
From 66 to 70, man. Autobahn, I told you, Autobahn 45, he's all about it, man. He's got an interesting collection, and I think, he's looking out. He's got interesting cars, and this would be another He's got unicorns. Think about it. He's got the SVT. Oh, Cross Ram says it's going to be $100,000 car easy.
by
There we
the
go. We
way,
need.
here's what's interesting. I've never sold a car in auction before. I never sell cars. I just trade them in. And this is my first experience.
There's Jan Koom, dude. 70,500.
So
Woo!
this morning, this car has been up for a week. And this morning, it was $52,000. And I thought, geez, I don't even know if it's going to make it to 60. And here we are at 71.
Dude, I knew
So,
I knew it was gonna make it because if you go back and you look at comments are very interesting on these cars. People that commented on your car were like, whoa, unicorn, cool spec. Everything was positive about your car. It's an unusual spec car. And your comments, so when you get if five people like your comments, your comment gets highlighted in yellow. Your comment section has more highlights than I think I've seen in any other auction.
this is all new to me because I never look at comments.
Oh, dude,
But, but,
I love the comment section. It's my favorite. If I get a
well,
car that I'm interested in, I go to the comment section because it can be very educational, learning about the vehicle, the manufacturer, and what is wrong with certain years' cars. So I use it kind of like a live Encyclopedia Britannica, or World Book on the cars.
I guess that's right. I just had never looked. And yeah,
Oh,
Jan
Jan
Kuhn
Koom's died, dude.
was
Jan is
interested.
going home with your car.
I had this idea that if a person, not a dealer, but if a person bought my car, I would love to have a conversation because I can tell them exactly what I'm saying here. And that is talk about how I bought it, why I spec'd it. And honestly, I'm proud of this car because I've taken really, really good care of it. And I don't think there's a, you don't want to say, I don't think there's a better one out there. If you want an E92 M3, I don't think there is a better one. I
No.
mean, I'm sure there is, but you know what I mean? There's not a lot.
So the Fox Nick who's bidding versus Jan. Let's see. Let's look at Jan's wins. He has bought an Alpina XP7. Ooh, that's sweet. A BMW 1M. Love that car. And he bought a 2004 911. That's a 996. He bought some 997 sport seats probably to go in his car. Um, and let's see. He's bid on some other things. He bid on a Ferrari. Interesting. He's made a lot of comments. One comment, this is interesting. On the BMW M2, he said, I'm out. It's above my budget. That was back on January 15th on a 2020 M2 CS. Wow. I would have thought that he didn't have a budget if it's the Jan Koum.
Well, I think the way you look at it is, people who are rich are not stupid, and
Yeah.
it's not beyond my budget. Like I
Oh,
can't afford it. It's beyond my budget. Like that's more than I want to pay for this
pay for it.
particular
Yeah,
car.
exactly.
And there's a difference. But there's nobody out there who made a lot of money who's stupid or is frivolous with money. And I think that's what that is. But yeah, 73,000. He keeps not wrong.
Hey,
I have
Jeff,
to
there's
say,
Jeff. He just joined us.
Yeah, that's so cool, Steve.
Jeff, what are your thoughts?
I am amazed. I think this is, I mean, to me, a high watermark for the E92, and yours is. I mean, I think the essence of what one of these should be with Alpine white stick, no iDrive, but I'm blown away. So
Yeah, I just didn't allow myself to think that it could possibly go for more than 65. That was kind of like in my heart of
yeah,
hearts. I know how special the car is, but I'm like, 65 probably the most. But here we are
Sure.
at 75. So,
I
yep.
was gonna go with an internet worthy of 69 420, but it's well past that. So yeah, yeah.
That's
Well, I
good.
think,
Uh,
Jeff, we were talking about it earlier before you came on that, it's this is truly a driver's car, and
mhm.
Steve-0 spec'd it for a driver's car, did not spec it like a GT. This is a car that you take out on Sunday, you hit the Angeles Crest, whatever you do, you are taking this car out to drive. And you're not going to
Mhm.
have the radio on. You're going to want some AC on, but you don't want the radio on. You don't want a damn iDrive. You don't want a sunroof. You just want the things that are going to make this. You can take the weight off the car and then just enjoy that glorious V8 and the stock suspension and just drive.
Yep, yep. Yeah, take it on a back road in Sun Valley.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Yeah,
ultimate
So,
driving machine.
yeah, yeah. No, it's
Jan,
I mean I'm very I think 911R obviously helped with the stellar presentation and everything and the publicity and their reputation. But but the car speaks for itself though.
yeah, interesting. Jan Koum, it looks like he's no longer interested because it's a minute to go, and his last bid was 71.5, and now it's at 75.5. So this guy Foxnitch may be the last one,
Yeah.
and we'll see.
Yeah, Tony KPS, I think is I love watching these auctions.
There. Wow.
Yeah,
75.
40 seconds to go. Here we go. All right.
That's kind of the countdown.
It may
So
be the finish line.
this may be the finish line. Believe me, this is more than I expected.
Oh,
Oh,
Oops.
no. There, no.
Tony's back in.
Have you looked these guys up as far as what their prior bidding or what
We just
their
looked
other
at Jan
cars were?
Koum.
Yeah. Here's Tony.
Okay.
Here's Tony KPS. Tony KPS bid
On
76.5
one series. Yeah.
on on a one I mean 20,500 135 IS. That's all he's bid on. And then the Fox niche, he
Oh,
has
just no prior BMWs, just Land
no
Cruisers. Oh,
just Land
huh.
Cruisers. Yep, he's a Land Cruiser guy. He's been a
Well, I
member
think
since
it's
December.
it's very safe to say that these are not dealers. A dealer would have bought it for
Correct. Yeah.
50 and then
Yeah.
resold it for, put it up, listed it for 70 or 65. I think the dealers all got at it around 50 to 55. That's as high as you'd go because you don't really know what the upside is. So for that reason, you're going to bail. But once you get up into the 70s, these are going to be individual buyers. There's no more dealers that are bidding on this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I think that's what happened with my E39 M5, that there was a little bit of flurry there with some dealers, but then it ended up going to an individual buyer here locally in the area. But
You sold yours on Bring a Trailer?
cars and bids. Yeah.
Oh, Cars and
Yeah.
Bids. Okay.
Yeah, I did my words of wisdom of don't buy a car the day before you sell a car on cars and bids. It worked out, but
I think it's 17 seconds. I think it's going to, yeah,
wow.
I think it's a
15.
done
Yeah.
deal, man. 76.5.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Oh, Autobahn comes in,
Autobahn
looks,
45 is back in.
wow.
Whoa.
Whoa. Well, he's only got billions to play with, so
Now Autobahn, you see, Autobahn
Autobahn
45.
is
Oh,
not
never
Jan
mind.
Koum.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. There, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Autobahn 45, Jeff, he's got he has 4 wins. Very interesting collection. An SVT Cobra Mustang from 93, a 23 Bronco Raptor, a 16 Dodge Viper SRT ACR Extreme, and then a Panos A4 Roadster. So he's got
Oh,
an interesting collection of cars there.
By the way, Stefan, you've talked about muscle cars before. I think that's a very apt analogy because interestingly, not only is this car deleted options and is worth more than a car that would have had all those options. It was the same with the muscle car. If you get a stripped down Plymouth or a stripped down GTO like the Judge, it's worth more than the one with all the options because it's focused on the driver. The options end up subtracting value in the later on.
Also, it's shit that breaks that you then got to fix years down the road, you know? I mean, What do
Yeah.
you want to get in your 30-year-old BMW M3 here, go for a cruise, and the freaking iDrive screen is out? I mean, that would just distract from the pleasure. It's like that's why I can't wait for my Cobra. It's just going to be, I mean, it is 100% analog.
Yeah.
I agree. It subtracts from the pleasure. It really does. So, all right, we're down to 16 seconds, 15
Oh my
seconds.
gosh. Get
Oh,
in.
another one. All right, 775.
Yeah.
This is
Wow.
really,
Autobahn 45 coming
Keeps
in
going
for the
to
kill.
15. Yeah.
you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of a football game where it's a close game.
Overtime.
The
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
10, the last 2 minutes can take a half an hour.
Yeah.
Or I feel like we're in overtime now. Yeah. And
Stoppage time.
yeah. Either way, Steve, you're winning.
Oh, yeah. As I said this earlier, Jeff, before you joined us. I allowed myself to think 65 at
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
top end. I really didn't think it would go any more than that. And here we are, getting close to 80,000. So, yeah, this would be more fun with a live sports commentator. I agree. That's what someone just said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but I think that's right. Of course, that's us.
Sure. They
But
can
now
tune in
we're
live. Yeah. Yeah.
77.5. I, we're talking about close to $80,000. No way did I think that. I didn't even think 70. But again, it's how many of these are there, and ultimately any price comes down to supply and demand.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's what the beauty of bringing trailers. If you just advertise this car, people, oh yeah, nice car. Wait a minute, doesn't have this and have that. But then you get the people that comment on this car that know BMWs, and the guy said, this is one of six. This is, I mean, who last year, you get all these people that are just, that are freaks about different manufacturers, know all the details. And that kind of information that comes out of nowhere that goes into
Oh
your
no, another
comment
one.
section
Wow. 78.
absolutely
Yeah.
drives up the price.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right, Stefan. Um, and what's interesting? There's a lot about this car I did not know until I read the comments. For example, I got the manual seats for lightness and simplicity. And because again, I was focused on driving. Who needs power anything? I wanted the less power stuff, the better.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that unbeknownst to me, a commenter said you get an extra inch and a half of headroom if you do that. I had no idea.
Yeah. I saw that, which is
And
helpful
no
for you.
sunroof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
If you had a
6'2" and
sunroof, you would have taken
Yeah.
away headroom.
Yeah. And then you got more room for a helmet, right? I mean, if you're going to take it to the track, then
yes.
yeah. So
But again, no one ever told me that. I never read that. I've read, like you guys, I've read all
sure.
the reviews of almost everything. And then this guy, and like the commenter that Stefan quoted earlier, where he said, this is like only two in the country that have this particular spec. I had no idea how rare this was. I spec'd it the way I wanted, not thinking about that. And here I am 13 years later finding out it's a really rare bird, and I got extra headroom.
Cool. And yeah, and it's a triple win. So
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing about a car like this. This is a
yeah.
driver's car. It's your car. You don't need programmable seats because this is not your car your wife's gonna be taking to the grocery store or you're gonna loan it out. This is a car, you're gonna set the seat for you, and on occasion you'll let somebody drive it, but it's not a big deal going back to your seat. So
My
Ooh,
my wife has
10
never
seconds.
driven it.
Yeah.
All right, 10
Really?
seconds to go. This may be it. Autobahn 45 may have done it.
Is it?
That's it. I think it's
Oh,
going to be it.
that's it.
All right, Autobahn
Boom.
45,
second for last
78,000.
thing.
Sold 78. Well,
Wow.
congratulations,
Holy
dude.
crap. Yeah. 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 That's
Thanks.
hats off. That is amazing. So
Well, I think now you can add to your resume, Steve-0. I know how to spec a car for resale.
yeah. I
I
know how
guess you're
to
right.
yeah. I know how to sell on Bring a Trailer. That's amazing. Thank you, Bring a Trailer, for this entertainment. So it doesn't get better than this.
This was a lot of fun. All right, guys.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right, man.
that was fun.
Awesome. Congratulations. Can't wait to hear what's going to be going into the garage space after this one.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think your 997 fund is well funded at this point. So
I can get, yeah.
it's a big jump start. So
All right, we're out.
cool.
All right.